Boom. Okay, let's get this started. Okay, so this is absolutely the first time ever in the history that I've actually even tried this. So I'm assuming it's gonna work. And I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Just kind of seeing if I want to do this a bit more related. It's some GI Joe and some Transformer stuff. And basically for tonight, because I just labeled this as like a test stream or whatever. So I'm kind of on this like old computer, this old setup. I don't even have a place to even do this right now. So it's like in my rec room. You got this awesome gray wall in the background. Yay, gray wall, gray shirt. Probably should have thought this through a little more. Anyways, so for tonight, I got this huge box in the mail. Let's see. Come over here. I got this huge box in the mail. And basically, I just want to open it and like go through, like, obviously I ordered this and I know what's in here, but I just wanted to go through and share with you guys what came in the mail. And it's a huge box. Like, I think it's designed to hold 400 sheets of toilet paper. So I mean, that's a lot of toilet paper in this box. Anyways, so probably a quick stream tonight. Just trying to test a few things out and to see how this goes. And then the people can watch the replay on the YouTubes, and basically maybe see if we want to do this like weekly or monthly. Anyways, and we'll see how it goes. So yeah, let's get started. First of all, so this is super awkward. This is a huge box. So I'm just going to go through these one by one and see what's in here. Like, this box came a few days ago, like 3 or 4 days ago. And basically, yeah, I haven't opened it myself. I just literally cut the box open like 2 minutes before the stream started. And basically, yeah, I am going to get this started. So I'm going to put the box down here. Get this out of the way, and I knocked the table, and so I'm diving in. Okay, so bear with me here for a second because there's a lot of stuff here. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ooh, wow, lots of stuff. Just 1 second. Get the old phone over here for a second. Unlock the phone so that's there in case I need it. So basically, this is all going to be GIJOE Classified. Now, myself, I am a hardcore vintage GIJOE, a real American hero collector, but I mean, I do like GIJOE Classified as well. And so when like deals come up on GIJOE Classified, because it is super expensive, it's a little pricey. You got to jump on deals when they come up. So basically, this is a Facebook buy. One of the members was basically clearing out all his stuff, and there was too many good prices to miss out on here. And so one thing, as a person who does a lot of online deals, I don't like to pay for shipping. And so when people have stuff up for sale and you want to get these things, you always have to factor in shipping. And I'm like, shipping sucks. So basically what I did was, with a bunch of friends, we kind of jumped in on a deal here, and there's 4 of us in on this. And basically, yeah, so I got a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to dig down deep. So first thing we got in this box is, oh yeah, there's a big glare on here. So we got, looks like Snake Eyes and Timber, which, basically everything comes in the box or whatever. And this, I think this was $25 Canadian. So $25 Canadian. That's not for me. That's for one of the guys that jumped in on this deal. So that's a pretty cool figure. Looking at this now, I mean, it's pretty cool. I'm not one of these people who needs like 1,000 Snake Eyes, and I feel like there's already a bunch of Snake Eyes. So I don't know. I passed on this personally. I didn't need it for my own collection. So I don't know. Let me know. You guys, is this one of your favorite guys? This is one of your favorite Snake Eyes? I have the just the original release, And I mean, I think that's good enough for me right now. I'm not a huge Snake Eyes fan. So, I mean, I think this is a pretty cool figure, like especially that Timber. That Timber is a pretty sweet figure. Like, he's pretty cool. And he's got the extra face and stuff of that. For $25 Canadian, I think that's a hot deal. That is going to one of my buddies. Okay, so first one done. Snake Eyes. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Now, this one is for me. This is Scrap Iron. And so this Scrap Iron is pretty sweet. Okay, so this was a super hot deal. And basically, this and one of these other things was the whole reason this whole deal was arranged. And this thing, so this is the deluxe figure. I had passed on it. I hadn't picked it up myself. So basically, like, you know, these closed box cases, they're killer, right? Because I mean, I know the seller, so I'm not worried that there's not in here. But the fact is that, you know, some people do worry. You know, did you get everything that was supposed to be in the box? This one's for me. This cost me $25 Canadian, so the same price as Snake Eyes. But like, look at all the accessories. Look at everything you get here. You get, like, you know, all the missile stuff, the drone, like Scrap Iron. I mean, like, all these little accessories things, they're super, super, super sweet. And this one, I am super excited to finally add this one to my collection. Anyways, so that's pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. I'm happy for this one. Like I could pretty much like leave the rest of the stuff, and I'm pretty good with this guy. Like, that was an awesome pickup. All right, so let's okay. So, and actually, so the next one is Shooter, Night Force Shooter. So this one, basically, this is kind of what spurred this whole box deal. Basically, I seen the seller, he had this up for sale, and basically, this was $20 Canadian, $20. Like, these things are normally double that price in Canada. Anyway, so this was $20. A buddy of mine was looking for it. He missed out on the pre-order at Walmart, and he needed this. So I was like, you know what? Let's connect you guys. And of course, once you involve shipping kills deals. So you have to make sure the shipping is worthwhile. So basically, I was able to start a deal. Hey, you know, friend number one, you want to go in a deal? I want to get Scrap Iron at least, and you want to get this one. So let's start putting this deal together. So this Shooter, which, you know, I have to be honest, I wasn't interested in the Shooter, so I totally passed on her. But you know what? My other friend is a all-in collector. He has every single classified figure and needed this figure badly, so he really wanted this one. So we made sure this deal worked so he could get his Shooter. So basically, Shooter is, I mean, look at those accessories. Like, look at all those accessories she comes with. It's pretty sweet, but I mean, although I was always tempted because she's Night Force, and like, you kind of build in the Night Force collection now. So anyways, I don't need her, but we're going to pass her along to a friend of mine. So that's object number 3. So what else we got here? Dig deep. Oh, okay. Classic. Okay. So this one actually has a protective box on it. So Storm Shadow, original release Storm Shadow. Not as sexy as some of the other things in the box or whatever, but another friend of mine, we were putting together this deal. You know, once again, we got to save on shipping. So he got this, and he owns the first Snake Eyes and Timberwolf we talked about. So he got this Storm Shadow and another figure in the box. And this guy, original Storm Shadow, he was $20 Canadian. So, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, it's a solid release. I mean, basically, the only one that's probably a little bit better is maybe the retro one, which is pretty hard to get. I mean, I've never seen it here in Canada. I've never seen it at retail. But anyway, so this one's a pretty good one. If you don't have a Storm Shadow, you gotta have this one. So that's a cool addition to the collection for friend number 2. Okay, what else do we have here? Actually, so friend number 2 he also picked up Mr. Sergeant Slaughter himself. So Mr. Sergeant Slaughter himself. So actually, I only got this guy recently as well, before Christmas, I think. Yeah, before Christmas. So this guy's pretty sweet. I think he was $50 here in Canada, like $49. And now I know he was showing up at Ollie's in the States for like $12.50 or something, which is a hot deal. But we don't get deals like that here in Canada. They don't trust us. They don't like us. We're not allowed to have nice things, apparently. So for Sergeant Slaughter, I think once again another $20 deal. I hate these boxed figures, right? Because you don't know what you're getting. But now I bought this stuff as a package from a trusted collector. So like he's posted pictures. I know everything's in the box. We're not worried about that. But you know, if you're dealing with something on the internet, you don't know what you're getting. Like I'm glad they're going back to windowed packaging in 2024. So that's gonna be awesome. But Sergeant Slaughter, awesome figure, awesome pickup. So how many got down? We got 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5. Number 5 from the box. Now, so let's see what we got else in here. We scooch around. Now, this one is the big one. Trouble Bubble. And if you follow me on, if you've heard my rants on Facebook, you've heard my rants on Twitter, I skipped this one originally, even though the Trouble Bubble was my number 1 anticipated figure last year, and I had to skip it because they released it as basically a Hasbro Pulse exclusive. And at the time, back in the day, last year, ordering things from Hasbro Pulse and sending them to Canada was a horrible, horrible option. Basically, the shipping was crazy. The prices were all in USD, and basically you had to pay exchange rate. And anyways, long story short, I bit the bullet, and I was like, you know, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's principle. Anyways, so finally, I'm able to get this. So I have 3 vintage Trouble Bubbles, and working on a 4th one. They are some of my favorite vehicles from the original line, and I'm so glad we're seeing, like, you know, more mini vehicles like this show up in Classified. Now, of course, if you do subscribe to the channel, last year and a half ago, 18 months ago, I did many's of videos on the channel with you know, a little bit of rants, including that, you know, we're never going to see vehicles in Classified because Hasbro is basically dropping the ball. And it's really awesome to see Hasbro actually start to pick up the mantle and make sure mini vehicles like this one are coming to the line. Now, the prices, they're kind of high, but the prices are kind of high. But like, I mean, this guy, holy snap. Actually, I didn't realize the box was so thick. I'd only seen it online. This is the first time in my hands. So I was always wondering how they were going to get this guy out to retail. And, you know, the box is a little thicker than I anticipated. I always summarized, I thought the box would only be as thick as the Baroness and the Breaker box. And I was like, oh, they're going to split it apart. But it's cool to finally get this one in my hands. I got this one. It was $50 American. So order from Hasbro Pulse. This was going to cost, no, sorry. I apologize. I got this for $50 Canadian. Ordering from Hasbro Pulse, this was going to cost me $50 American. Or no, $100 American. So this was a hot deal. And now I've finally able to grab my all-time favorite Classified guy. And I'm excited for this, man. I can't wait to get this busted open, get this guy put together, and have him zoom around the room. Yeah, this one's super exciting. So, oh man, so cool. Okay, so we got 2 more things left in the big old toilet paper box that holds 400 sheets of toilet paper. Okay, so let's go. What else we got? Okay, so let's pick this one. So, okay. This one is interesting. So, we have another trouble bubble. So basically, this is for friend number 2. And no, sorry, friend number 1. This is one of the ones he was looking for. And basically, we have the Python Patrol trouble bubble. So, I mean, it's pretty sweet. It's pretty cool. But the colors are killer, man. The colors don't do it for me. So I'm glad that, like, you know, I could help a friend out and add it to the pile and save on shipping. But this one, oh my gosh, I don't think I can do the colors. So, I mean, I'm not a fan of Python Patrol. I can do Tiger Force. I have a bunch of Tiger Force. But I'm not that interested in Python Patrol. The colors are just too wacky. They're just too wacky. And then, like, it'd be okay if the figure was just the Python Patrol colors, but the fact that the vehicle is that color as well, oh man, it kills me. Because, like, this is the thing. As a hardcore, a real American Hero collector, like, for me, I like the vintage stuff. And so, like, that's why I like the classified line, is because, you know, a majority of it, some people don't like this, a majority of it is just based on the vintage line, right? So, you know, it's got a history, it's got a feeling, it's got nostalgia. This trouble bubble didn't exist in the original line. Now this guy, he existed, but the trouble bubble didn't. And I mean, I'm sorry, it's just ugly colors. They knew it was ugly colors. And you know why they knew it was ugly colors? Because they charge you $10 less than the other one that I already shown you. So, I mean, Hasbro, they had an idea, or Target had an idea. They knew what they were doing. Anyways, so this one's a Target exclusive. We don't have this here in Canada as of yet. So this hasn't shown up in Toys R Us Canada as well as of yet. So this is an import that the seller had, and basically we sniped off them. So I think this costs $50 Canadian as well. So, I mean, I think that's a pretty good price, because it's something we can't run down to the store and buy right now. So anyone in Canada that wanted the Python Patrol trouble bubble, they needed to either go to the USA or import it from an American, or order it from Hasbro Pulse or whatever. So, or Target. So, I mean, you can't run to the store and get this one in Canada yet. So it's kind of a cool pickup. So this is friend number 1. So it's cool. Add to his collection. So we'll just add this pile. There's a huge pile of GIJOE Classified here on the floor. Now, the very last GI Joe Classified thing we have in this huge box. So once again, huge box. Like, it's huge. Like, it's huge. Like, I'm a big guy, and it's as big as me. Anyways, so the very last thing that we have in the box for friend number 3. So there's 4 of us in on this deal. They fix up on the shipping. So this one's a little decisive. So what do you have? Chuckles. So you know what? Chuckles, he's got pretty cool packaging, man. Like, the packaging is pretty sweet. So, I mean, you can't complain about the packaging. Like, they knew what they were doing. They did a sweet job with the packaging for San Diego Comic-Con. It's pretty sweet. Of course, it's got all the stuff on the back there, and it's pretty sweet. So, I don't know. This guy, he wasn't for me. I didn't like him. Like, I don't like Chuckles. I mean, I have to be honest. Like, a lot of people went crazy over Chuckles, but I think I did a video on this on the channel, and I feel like they kind of did, like, the Hasbro, the classified community a little dirty, the way that they released him at Comic-Con and basically said, like, you could only buy him if you had the ticket that you physically got at Comic-Con, and people were going crazy for it. People were buying the tickets to buy this from San Diego Comic-Con for like $75 American off eBay. So, like, they were buying the ticket so they could buy the figure, pre-order them, and they were doing crazy. And then what happened? A week later, Hasbro just put them on Hasbro Pulse, and you could just buy them straight off. Like, what's on the go? What's on the go with that? So, I mean, like, I don't know. So, I mean, it's not for me, but basically, he's pretty cool. He's pretty cool. The box is pretty cool. Anyways, it's not for me, but I think this one cost, I think this one was $45 Canadian. That's a pretty good price. Like this guy was going for like $80. Like he was going for some real coin or whatever. So I mean, well, I think it's pretty sweet. I don't know. Its box is pretty cool. The only one I missed out on from the seller, I wish I had kind of known that he had, because I didn't have his full list or whatever before he posted the sale. He had the Crimson Strike Force with the red Crimson Twins, of course, and the red Baroness. And that one, I kind of want it because I do like that Baroness, and I like the red of her, and they gave her a new face and hair. She was a really cool figure, but I actually had a pre-order from GameStop, and I think it cost, I think it was like with the GameStop discount, it was like $115 and plus tax and Canadian, sorry. And when I got it, the box was super sweet, and you open it was like a gold packaging and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. But long story short, I returned it. I didn't find it that great, and I just couldn't end up spending the money on it. But the seller had it for $50 Canadian, which was a super hot deal. But I never noticed he had it up for sale. I don't think I would have bought it because I already spent my budget on the other two, and I wanted them more. So I think like right now, I'm pretty much caught up in all the classified that say I want. I'm a budget buyer. So like I don't buy everything. Like people out there, like they buy every single classified figure. Collector number one, who bought the Python Patrol flight pod, he buys every single figure and he goes nuts with it. And that's good for him. Doesn't work for me. I'm a budget collector. I only buy the ones that I really want or I feel like I really need. Often I'll pre-order a lot of them. And then once they get closer to the pre-order, I'll just pick whichever ones I want to keep or whatever. Just because if you don't pre-order them often, basically you don't want to miss out on them. So I don't know. So for me, I'm good with the ones that I picked up. I'm super happy that I'm finally able to add Scrap Iron to the collection and that regular normal edition flight pod. Anyways, so that is the GIJOE Classified. So, I mean, that's a pretty cool. That was a sweet pickup, and I think that was a really sweet sale. A really sweet sale. The only one that I probably would have picked up from the person's sale was I would have picked up maybe Shipwreck. I think he had him for like $18 Canadian. That is a sweet deal when you're talking GIJOE Classified. But I do have another box here that we'll go over very quickly. Sorry for the mess and the sounds. Sorry, lean it over. Okay, so, oh my guys. So this was, sometimes in collecting, you make mistakes. This was a mistake, okay? So I don't know how many people out there are familiar with Kijiji, but I don't usually buy stuff off Kijiji or whatever. And long story short, the reason why is because people are kind of weird on Kijiji. Like they're really different and weird. It's just a buy and sell site. It depends if you have Kijiji in your area, But like at least Facebook, when you buy stuff on Facebook, like the person you're dealing with potentially more than likely is associated with an actual name, and like so like you can have a picture and like an actual name, so you can relate them to somebody, and more than likely, unless you're doing an online deal, like you're gonna have to meet them face to face at some point, and like they're not as, I would say, scammy. But the people on Kijiji, they're just weird. They're a whole different breed. Anyways, long story short, this person had a box of Generation 1 Transformers up for sale recently, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll grab it. And they wanted a certain amount for it, and I was like, oh, I don't know if it's worth that much. So I was like, okay, no, I'm gonna bargain with them. I tried to go for a cheaper price, and they gave it to me, and I went and picked it up. And so I went up and picked up the Transformers, and I got hosed. Yeah, I got hosed. So like basically here, Let me just see here for a second. Okay, let me just see here. So I don't know if I can set this up right. I don't know if I have this. I should have had this done previously. I wasn't really prepared for this portion of the stream. So basically, one of the things here. This is what like really set me off. Okay, so basically, I picked up this generation, like there's a box of Generation 1 toys here that I'm going to go through quickly. I picked up this Generation 1 Optimus Prime. And of course now, you know what, it's classic. He's got one of the smokestacks missing. But the great thing about Generation 1 Transformers is that they're easy to take apart with a screwdriver. And you can just like pop them together. You can replace the pieces. You can like get an extra like smokestack. And, you know, or you find one and you just fix it. Or in this case, so I get this out to the car. You know, I go to transform it, you know, Optimus Prime, pretty easy transformation. You know, boom, 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 and oh, his arm breaks off. Oh, great. So he's like totally busted, and like you can't. I don't know if you can see here. His arm is totally busted. Just snapped right off. Anyways, I mean the Prime. He's got great little. He's got all the rubber tires. So I mean, this guy, he's got nice chrome in the front. He's got the front chrome. He's got the head. He's got one smokestack. So I mean, this guy is really only good for parts. Or I mean, I guess you could use him for display if you wanted to or whatever. But he's garbage. So basically, I think what we'll do here is we'll add them to the trade pile. I think what I'll do is I'm going to try to find, hopefully I'll stumble across another Optimus Prime that probably needs a smokestack, or maybe one that needs rubber wheels. And then I'll just take them from this garbage. Okay, next up. Now I noticed this in the original picture. Here we have a Generation 1 Inferno. And, you know, right away, I noticed it in the picture, but it was hard to see because, you know, the people post these pictures and they're just like junk, like, you know, like crazy. And you're like, oh, you're trying to decipher. And of course, right away, he's missing an arm. And so it's like, oh, okay, that sucks. And of course, he's missing 1, 2, 3, 4 wheels here. And then the other 2 wheels that he does have are cracked. So this guy's complete junk. I got hosed so bad. This guy's complete junk. Anyways, I mean, the only thing, a saving grace, his ladder has both parts or whatever. It's there. It's pretty white too. It might be hard to see on the stream. It's pretty white, but I mean, so like I said, Generation 1 Transformers are easy to take apart. So might be able to salvage some of this for a beater down the road. I'll put them in the trade pile for now. Okay, next, what we got? Now, this one was hilarious too. Now, I seen this. This was just a ramjet body, and I knew the ramjet body was there, but I didn't realize how bad of a condition. Missing the cockpit, the canopy, like totally gone. I don't know if I've ever seen one this bad before. And as well, he's a cone head, and he's missing the cone head part. Like, this was garbage. Now, the only thing here, once again, hard maybe to see on stream. This one is completely white. It might actually be more white than my actual ramjet in my collection. So I don't know. Maybe I might have to do some surgery. I don't know how easy it would be to replace the canopy and move it over. I actually have, that's funny. I actually have a second one that has really bad coloring. I might be able to do a test and put the canopy in that one and move the nose cone over so I don't actually destroy my good one and put this one back together. So this is just pieces. I mean, everyone has Seeker body parts in their collection. The only good thing from this box, though, it actually came with both of his his weapons. So I mean, I've done multiple videos while I was restoring my ramjet. There's shorts on the channel. So he came with both of his parts, his weapons. So we'll put that in the trade pile as well. So that's pretty cool. Now, so what else we got here in this mystery bin? Now, this was one thing that I was not able to see in the picture that was shown on Kijiji of this collection. And I've got this blades. And I was like, oh, sweet. He actually has his blades. You know, I would assume sometimes it's hard that they would be broken off or whatever. And he's got his arms. He's got his arms, right? He's got his arms, and he's got his head. And so sometimes these combiner bots, you know, their heads are snapped off, but he is missing his rotor blade. So his back end here, I think it splits apart normally into his feet. So I mean, once again, we're just throwing this guy in the trade bin. He's kind of a junker, maybe good for parts for somebody if they need it, possibly a body, and maybe if they had a beater one. So I don't know. We'll see if that can be used for anything. I don't know how much it can be used for anything. Now we're kind of getting through here. So what do we have here? Kickback. So this one's actually in pretty sweet condition. He's got pretty good decals, and his chrome wear on his like wings here, pretty nice. Like it's a minimum. I mean, it's not perfect. It's not perfect, but it's pretty sweet. And he actually has both set of arms on both sides. So this guy's pretty good. And I actually have other shorts on my channel where I actually repair Insecticons. I actually like to go to TFCon and look through the junker piles on the bottom of the tables and find old Insecticons and restore them. So this guy, he just needs, like, he's pretty sweet. He's almost good. He just needs one antenna, and he is good. So that's like literally a 30-second fix if you can find one. So I'm definitely gonna fix this guy up. Once I fix him up, I'll compare him to the one in my collection and see which one is actually better. Because like I said, he's actually in pretty good condition. So it's pretty sweet. Okay, so anyways, so yeah, we'll see about that guy. Now next up, more Transformers. So what do we have here? We have Shrapnel, another case of, sorry, just transformed him here, Shrapnel here. This one, once again, coming from the box I got hosed on that I bought off Kijiji, that was just all junkers because it had a horrible picture posted. This guy here, he's actually pretty good as well. So I don't know if these Insecticons, like the person just really liked them or whatever, but I don't know. So this guy's pretty cool. I think I actually have to go into my own collection and see, because I previously purposely picked up junker Insecticons and fixed my own because mine had a really bad chrome wear on these, I guess, antenna or pincers or whatever. So I'd replace mine. This one actually has really good chrome on the pincers. So I'm thinking this guy might be a donor and fix mine up. The only thing, if you've noticed, what's wrong with this guy? Have you noticed? The only thing wrong with this guy is his arm here is missing this wheel part. So he's missing that wheel part. It's actually cracked off. So I actually think in a junker box with my collection, I think I have a donor one where I can get an arm from him. And of course, he is just missing the yellow little wheel parts in the back here, which I know what I'll be looking for at TFCon this year. I'll be looking for a whole bag of those because usually you can get those for like $1 or 50 cents. They just clip right back in, and this guy is back in the game. And so he's pretty good, man. He's pretty stiff. He's got the rub symbol. They've got pretty sweet decals or whatever. So I think that's going to be pretty cool. Anyways, so we will see how this goes. Nice. Hello there. So, thanks. Yeah, sorry guys, I wasn't paying attention to the comments. Anyways, first Transformer by 2024 Studio Series 86 Perceptor and Bumblebee Movie Wheeljack, which is the 2-pack from Walmart. I was really disappointed that we didn't get those here in Canada. Those would have been pretty sweet sets. I really wanted the Studio Series and did it come with Jazz? I think it came with Jazz, the 2-pack. That's the one I wanted to pick up because I don't have a Na. I know he's being re-released, though, to put him back on the shelves in the coming waves. That was just announced. but that was the one that I wanted. But those 2-packs from Walmart were a sweet, sweet deal. A lot of people seen them go on clearance for $15 American, and then a lot of people posted they got them down to $7 American. That's a pretty sweet deal. Anyways, okay, now this is where the junk starts to happen. Now, remember, I bought this thinking that it was going to be really full of Generation 1 Transformers, and, nobody's fault but my own. But anyways, so next up, what do we have? Oh, actually, one thing we do have from this box here, we do have the weapons for both. I think this one is, these are Shrapnel's and Kickback's weapons. I'm not an expert. This one reminds me of Bombshell's weapon, but I don't know if it's Bombshell's. Anyways, long story short, either or. I don't have either of these, so that's pretty sweet. So these are going in my collection. You can see from the video that this one has pretty bad wear or whatever, but it's still pretty sweet. Yeah, so those Walmart deals, they were good. They were a good deal, man. I wish they came to Canada. And I actually drove to the United States to get something during Christmas. And I was desperately looking for them at the Walmart that I visited, but they didn't have any. So I was really a little disappointed about that. But you know what? So hopefully a lot of you guys out there were able to snap those up. I know I've seen a lot of posts on Facebook like every day over the Christmas break that people were picking them up. And into January, people were getting them for $7. That was pretty sweet. Anyways, so moving on to the junk pile here, and this is where the this is my fault. So I seen in the picture, these people post like these crazy little pictures or whatever. This guy, and I was like, oh sweet, a scrapper, Devastator piece. I'm like, okay, I already have a complete Devastator. Like, who doesn't, right? Everyone has a complete Devastator. And I was like, okay, well, you know what? Something for the trade pile. And upon closer inspection, this is actually a knockoff figure. And I was like, what? Are you serious? And I'm like, oh my gosh. I actually didn't take the time to transform this before. I did not realize how much of a knockoff figure this guy is. His legs don't even separate like the original figure. Like, that's one piece there. And then actually, so the thing that I first noticed was that his head doesn't come up or down. It's just a piece of plastic. And I never noticed how bad this knockoff was. And now I know, wow, guys, I'm actually embarrassed that I have this. I feel like putting this in a bag to donate to the thrift store. Anyways, I'm putting this guy over here. He is not going to the trade pile. He is going back to the thrift store. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. Now, and then to add to that guy, we have, this one's a double insult to injury. This is a knockoff Bone Crusher in orange colors or whatever. And it's a knockoff. And as well, he's broken. It's broken. So his hand is broken off. And I love, now, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'm assuming this is a knockoff. But it does happen to say, oh, sorry, on the arm that fell off here. On the arm, it does happen to say, you probably can't see that, it does happen to say Diaclone on the side of it. I don't feel like this is a real Diaclone figure. It doesn't matter anyways. He's busted. Pure garbage. Not going in the trade pile. He's going over here in the thrift store return pile. Okay, let's see what else here. Okay, this isn't even worth talking about. There's some kind of Bumblebee, one changer type thing or whatever. This was in the pile. Now, I obviously seen this in the picture before I picked it up, and I was like, okay, cool. Well, they got some new modern Transformers, and they were just in the box. Whatever. This is garbage. Going back to the thrift store. Now, we're getting close to the end here. There's actually, see, this is a running theme. There's actually a G.I. Joe piece in here to the G.I. Joe flak. It's a foot. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I have G.I. Joe stuff. I'll add to my vehicle accessory parts. Yeah, it's broken as well. So one of the little nubbies that holds it in place, totally gone. Yeah, totally gone. So this is garbage. Okay, and then you have these like flip over changer guys that were in the box or whatever, and I have no clue about this. Like, it's obviously supposed to be Optimus Prime. I actually don't know, based on the fact that there's other knockoffs here in the bin that we talked about, the Scrapper and the Bone Crusher. I have no clue if this is actually a real Transformer product. I mean, it could be a knockoff. I guess I could try to find a copyright symbol on it, but I don't know. Long story short, I don't know what this is. I'm probably gonna just throw it back in the thrift store return pile to get some credit at the thrift store at the Value Village. And then this guy as well, which was another one of those flip over guys. And you know what? To be fair, I don't. Oh my gosh, I can't even do it. I don't even recognize this guy, who he's supposed to be. So I don't even recognize who he's supposed to be. He's purple. I'm not even sure. Like, he's a purple car. Like, who? What is this? This must be some kind of knockoff or something like that. Anyways, pure garbage. And then, you know what? They're actually, it is a Generation 1 pile. Here I have a rubber tire, and it's not even broken. So I'm not sure who this belongs to, but I mean, that is actually a nice little pickup of a rubber tire in this random Generation 1 box of toys. What else we have? We have a chromed out missile. So, I mean, it looks like an original Generation 1 accessory that has, it looks like black paint put on it. So, I mean, I don't know how good this is going to be to anyone, but I mean, I'll put it in the trade pile. And then we get really down to the garbage. Like, guys, like I got hosed on this box of Generation 1 Transformers that I bought off Kijiji. I went through a bunch of it. Got a broken Optimus Prime. I got a broken Ironhide Inferno. I got a Seeker Ramjet body and 2 Insecticons and a Blades, and they're all busted. They're all junkers. Only these Insecticons are salvageable. This thing, I don't know what this thing is. It's some kind of like Rodimus Prime, like knockoff, like toy. But once again, it's busted. It's completely busted. Like, I don't know what we're doing here. Like we can put it together. I mean, you might be able to glue it together as a display piece, but I mean, I'm not going in on it. This thing is going back to the the Valley Village thrift store pile. And then basically that is it. That is it for the box. So that was the box. It was a shoebox of poop. Shoebox of poop. Just one second. Never good to jump off screen while you're on stream or whatever. But so the last thing I have here is something I ordered the other day, and I apologize. That's gonna be loud. So I think if you look at my Instagram, you will probably see somewhere in there, you'll see a picture of, like, I have 4 DTOF cases in one of my rooms. And basically it's G.I. Joe figures, Transformers, modern Transformers, Transformers for the ages, and of course a huge case of Generation 1 Transformers. And, it's in a dark room. And I finally got off my butt and ordered some lighting for my DTOF. So I'm super excited about this. This is, I don't know how to say this for the company. Like, it's C Frank. I don't know if that's the company name or like if that's actually how you say it. I don't know. Long story short, there's a million videos on YouTube about this or whatever. And basically, the product was kind of like in and out of stock on Amazon Canada for a long while, and I didn't want to order from the States. So basically it came in stock the other day, and I made sure I grabbed it. So I don't know when I'm going to put this in my DTOF because I'm kind of a procrastinator a little bit, but I am excited to add lighting. I'm going to test it out. I just bought one for now. Of course, you get the 4 light strips, and this set comes with the angled channels, so it directs the light back at your figures. And at some point, I'll probably put a review up of this on the channel. But I'm excited for this. The out of the 4 cases, once again, I have a full GI Joe one, a Generation 1 one, a modern Transformer one, and kind of Transformers throughout the ages random one. Like it has robots in disguise and Armada and Energon in it. The first one that's going to get lit, I think, are my Generation 1 Transformers, and I think that's the best one to light first. That's my babies. And so this is what this is going to go towards. And then of course, if I do actually enjoy it, I do like it, I am going to probably order more. Now I'm on a budget. This was $39, I think. I had some Christmas money. And so I made sure to grab it when it came in stock. It was kind of just fluke. I didn't realize it was in stock. I didn't realize they were selling it on Amazon Canada, but I did want to pick it up. So I stumbled across it and I made sure I ordered it. It was here in a day. We live in a city with a huge Amazon warehouse. It's like 4 times the size of a Costco. So it was here pretty quickly. Anyway, so I'm excited about this. And yeah, so I'll get a review, or I'll definitely, you know what I'll do? I'll definitely do a short for the channel where I do before and after, where it shows this being installed or whatever. So we'll get to that. I'm missing a couple of shorts this week. I usually try to do shorts and video, a couple of shorts and at least one video a week. This week's video, I had to re-edit it because I had to change a couple things about it. But basically, this week's video is probably going to be on Transformers 40th anniversary product that was just announced, and just give my couple opinions about a couple things. So that should be up maybe Saturday or Sunday. And then, of course, we'll do shorts. I got a couple of shorts. Obviously, you know, the channel is mostly about GI Joe and Transformer stuff. But every now and then, I do enjoy going to the thrift store. For us here in Canada, the biggest one is Value Village. I've mentioned it a couple times in a couple of my videos. And when I do find something at the Value Village, I usually take a video and make sure I throw it up as a short to show my finds off. So I found a couple of cool things recently. So I think I'm going to pop those up and in the short form. But basically, so yeah. Just a quick recap. So we got Chuckles, Sergeant Slaughter, Storm Shadow, Shooter, Scrap Iron, Snake Eyes and Timberwolf, Timber. It's Timber. And we got the Flight Pod, and we got the Python Patrol Flight Pod. And that's what we got today. And so I think that's basically it. The whole point of this was a test stream. I'm worried that this computer that's running on isn't good enough to do this. So I will see how this video turned out. Leave a comment below and let me know how it went. If you liked anything, if you didn't like anything, if it was not watchable, let me know. I have to get a better area behind me. This is the first time I've ever done this. So anyways, I'll see how it goes. I'll see what the comments are. I'll see what the reaction's like. I really enjoyed doing this. I've been streaming for almost an hour, and I mean, it went pretty quick. So, I'm curious to see if we'll do this more. Anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Hopefully there is a next one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see more. Have a good night, guys. Bye.